The woman was about to send a text to her deceased ex-boyfriend when the entire city suddenly fell into darkness. Perhaps some mysterious force had taken effect. A man watching a football game received a message. Looking at the sad words in the message, he thought it was just spam and threw the phone aside. But what he didn't expect was, from that day on, he would receive a message from this unknown number every day. And so two strangers unknowingly formed a strange connection through one phone. The woman's name was Annie. 2 years ago, when her boyfriend was about to propose, a sudden car accident took his life. 2 years passed. Annie still couldn't move on from the relationship, so she tried to express her grievances by sending a message to the number her ex had once used. This led to the scene at the beginning. Carl worked at a newspaper. Things had not been going well for him recently. His fiancée, who was about to get married, suddenly disappeared, and he couldn't make any breakthroughs at work. While feeling frustrated, a strange number suddenly sent him a message every day. Watching her sadness and then self-regulating and encouraging herself, Carl felt greatly inspired, and even got an opportunity to interview a popular movie star. He really wanted to meet the person on the other end of the phone, but was afraid of ruining their connection. He never dared to reply even a single word. Every day, looking at the good morning and good night messages felt like he was in a dreamlike romance, until one day, the other person said she was going on a blind date that evening, and even included the address. Her words were full of guilt. Carl knew this was his chance, so he hurriedly went to the restaurant with a friend. Every person inside could possibly be the one sending him the messages, but when a beautiful woman appeared in his sight, Carl felt his heart skip a beat, although there was no proof. His intuition told him this must be the person he was looking for. She texted about how strange her blind date was. He even went to the restroom to do push-ups in the middle of the date, and she didn't realize a pair of eyes were silently watching her from not far away. Carl, reading the text from Annie, was even more convinced that the girl was the one he was looking for, but seeing her leave with her blind date, smiling, he didn't dare to approach her. But Annie wasn't satisfied with the blind date, because she realized he was a jerk. He was flirting with other women while being with her. The more this happened, the harder it was for Annie to forget the good parts of her ex-boyfriend. In her frustration, she accidentally broke her ex's favorite record. A huge sadness suddenly overwhelmed her. She texted her ex saying she would never send messages again, because she wanted to fully move on from her past. Carl was anxious upon reading the message. Every day he foolishly stared at his phone, wondering if Annie was happy at that moment. But as the days passed, the number became silent. Although they hadn't said a word face to face, Carl felt like he was already tasting the feeling of heartbreak. Until one day, Annie sent a strange message.
Here, whenever is heard a discouraging word, is nothing but joy and desire.
The female colleague said it was a line from Gluck's opera, currently being performed at the Manhattan Opera House. Carl immediately guessed that Annie was watching the opera, so he quickly went over to the venue. After the performance, he waited silently at the exit, but couldn't find the figure he was looking for. He was feeling hopeless and disappointed, when, with an accidental turn, he finally saw that radiant and beautiful woman. Every step she took was like a heartbeat to him. When their eyes met, Annie was deeply moved by the loving gaze.